Hello everybody, this is Tiffany from Tiff's Labyrinth Arts and Crafts Studio, and as you see, my work desk has changed dramatically since the last time I made a video. The last time I was working on my Christmas journals, and since it is the beginning of February, I am out of the Christmas spirit, so I decided I'm going to pack up those Christmas journals even though I didn't finish them, and work on them for this coming Christmas. So what I'm doing now, and I debated whether or not I should even film this, but it might be useful to people. I am labeling my tiny brushes. These are the TIm Holtz tiny blending brushes, the foam brushes. And in one of TIm Holtz's videos, he used these, which these are I purchased from Simon Says Stamps, and they're I think they're originally supposed to be like lipstick holders, but they're very, very sturdy, and they fit these little tiny sponge blenders really, really well. And he did a video where he showed how he used the distress paints to put a dab of paint on each of these fit 24 of these little things. And so he put 24 colors on this one, and then the same 24 colors on another one. And this one would be for the distress inks, and this would be for the distress oxides. And so because you're not supposed to mix those together because it will ruin your brushes. But the basic point is if you have it set up like this, you will never have to clean your brushes, which is kind of nice. So you have brushes that will be for, each one will be for a purpose, for one color is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so this is the process of doing that, and the way he did it, and I wish I could remember which video it was that he did this. I know it was in the middle of, he usually does really long, like 2 and 3 hour long videos, and it was in one of those 2 or 3 hour long videos that he showed this, and he showed how he did this. And again, I wish I could tell you which exact one that was, but I do not recall. So, but I'm going to go ahead and do this. Let's see if I can get you a little closer. Let's see here. Camera. Okay, somehow it stopped filming, and I don't know when it stopped filming, but this is my list. You can, let's see, maybe if I do it even sideways and up, you can take a photo of it if you want. This is the 24, there's 24 spots, so there's 24 colors to break these down into, and this is how I broke it up. And I might be changing this, so you can take a screenshot of this and use that if you like, and if you want to make your own, then go ahead and make your own. Oh, I did put 4 browns on here. I didn't look at it, I forgot. Okay, so we've done our browns. That's what I did. If you can see over here, this one is for the distress inks, and this container over here is for distress oxide. I've done my 4 browns. I've done the light brown, the vintage photo brown, the walnut stain, and the darker browns. So I've got 4 browns. I'm going to check these off as I go. Oops, no, not that one. Okay, this one, this one, this one. And I did, okay, now I'm going to have to redo this because I did not do 4 browns, because I included the light beige, which I did not do over here. So one of these is going to have to go, and I don't know which one it's going to be. Maybe this one. We'll have to see when we get there. Okay. This may be a thing where I kind of like have to redo it at the end. I don't know. I debated whether or not I should even film this because it's kind of already out there. Okay, I don't know how much it filmed or when the filming cut off, so I'm going to explain this again. What I'm doing is TIm Holtz had a part of one of his videos where he took the tiny foam brushes. Let me get one out. One of these, and he found a container this comes from Simon Says Stamp. It's a 24, it's like a lipstick container, and there's 24 slots, and each slot can hold one of these tiny blenders like perfectly. So he used the distress paint to put a dab of paint on top of the handles to distinguish which color that particular one is for. So that way you don't have to continually wash your brushes. And again, one of these containers is for the distress ink, and this other one is going to be for distress oxide. So that way you don't mix up your inks and your oxides. And then there'll be 24 shades or tones or whatever of each color to be able to choose from. So what you do, and let's see, which one am I going to do next? I will do, let's see, this is the brown. We've already done the brown. We'll do the old paper antique linen. So first of all, I'm going to take the little sponge thing off. It just comes off. It's just Velcroed on there. And let's see, this one is brand new. I haven't even opened this, so I'm going to open this real fast if I can. I say real fast, but you know how that goes. And I am down in my art room that is in my basement, which is a lot colder. That's where I'm wearing a coat down here. We are snowed in. We had about 12 to 14 inches of snow day before yesterday, and it melted off a little bit yesterday, and then it's supposed to get up to 47 today, so a significant amount should melt off today. And so we'll see if we can actually get out. We'd like to be able to get out and go to the post office because my birthday is tomorrow and I have birthday cards in the mail waiting for me. And the mailman hasn't been able to get to our house. So we've told them to hold our mail at the post office. So I'd like to be able to go get that later today. So we'll see if that's going to even be possible. Okay, and then you also have to shake these. There's a little metal ball in the bottom of this, and so you shake them, and then you got to take off the little foam thing here, and I like to just scrape that into there so you don't lose paint. Okay, and so what you do is you just open your paint and you just drop one drop. That's all you need. Just one drop. And you take the handle of this and you push it into the dot, but you don't push it all the way to the table. So then you get a nice little dot on the top, and that's your identifying marker of what color that particular brush is for. And you let this dry. I believe I remember Tim said he let it dry overnight just to be sure that it is completely dry and it won't come off. At that point, once it dries completely, it will have to be sanded off if you want it to come off and like change it to a different color or something. So again, I'm taking off, doing the next one. So you need 2 of each color. One for the oxide and one for the regular ink. And I'd like to be able to do something with this leftover paint. I'm not sure what I'll do, but I'm going to keep that, and I don't know, we'll do something with it. Let's see. I'm going to open it where we can use this other side. Okay, what color are we doing next? Let's do a gray. So we'll do pumice stone. A lot of these are brand new. I haven't used this paint. I've used some of it, but not a lot of it. Okay, so this is pumice stone. This is my gray, these are my gray brushes. Come on, lay flat. Okay. Somehow that doesn't look, does that look gray? Yeah, I think it does. Hickory smoke looks more gray, but should I use pumice stone? Or should I use, let me try the hickory smoke. Come on. Sorry, I should have had these open before I started filming. Okay. And these labels for that I have on the top of my paints, they're actually they're from Ranger. I don't know if it's still on there or not, but at the bottom of the page, if you go to the Ranger website, there is a option that says, I believe it says something like organize your paints or organize your products or something like that. And they actually have labels that you can print out for free. And that's what I did. I didn't print them on stickers. I printed them on regular paper and then got some glue dots and glued them to the top of my paint bottles. And I know he's come out now with some labels that you can buy. I like that for a better gray. I'm gonna wipe that off and use hickory smoke instead for my gray, because I can see that really confusing me especially compared to that one. But I use hickory smoke. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, I know he has the labels that you can buy now, and they're on stickers, and I'm sure those are really good products. But for those that don't want to buy labels, I think, well, anyway, that's where I got them, and hopefully they're still available there. I don't know for sure. I haven't been looking for them for a while because I had my labeling finished, but I printed all my labels for my products on that Ranger site. They have the long skinny ones that you put on the regulation size ink pads, and I believe they even have small ones. I don't recall that. Don't quote me on that. Okay, next up we have, I'm going to try, let's see, let me do the ones that are already in the box over here so that way I don't get confused. All right, so we're done with this. These are the grays. Put this in a box over here. Okay, we've done the browns. Excuse me while I organize. We've done these. We've done the light beige. So yeah, I'm just putting these, I keep these in a box, just a little Amazon box, nothing fancy. All right, so next let's do reds. You know, I don't know if it's just me or if a lot of these reds look very, very similar. Let's see, festive berries, candied apple. Okay, abandoned coral, that's definitely a different one. I don't know whether to put that in the orange category or the red category. It kind of seems more red to me, but that's just looking through the bottle. Maybe it does actually look more orange. I don't know. Anyway, that's an outlier. So this festive berries, I think that's a good red. to use. So what do I have on my list? I have a light red and a dark red. Okay, so this is going to be my, well, I'm going to call it a medium red. It's not really a light red. Okay, and the foam thing is still on this. I haven't used this one either. Okay, all right, let's see what color this is. Gosh, this almost looks like a dark pink on my finger. I mean, on my fingernail. Let's see what it looks like on here. Okay, so there's Festive Berries. I'm going to do a couple of these so I can decide before I put my handle on there. And this is a Candied Apple, one I hadn't opened either. A lot of these are brand new. Come on. I'm trying not to cut myself. Let's see. Okay, Candied Apple looks like a good red to represent the medium red. I'm going to choose that one. Okay, so again, just press that down. Yes, very nice. Okay, now we'll do another dot. And open up a new bag of these. Okay, there's the red for my Distress Ox. Okay, so now the medium reds can go over here. And let's see, there will be one for a dark red, which will be Lumberjack Plaid. Looks like a very dark red, but Aged Mahogany looks even darker. I didn't look to see if that was, yep, well. Okay, we'll try both of these to see which one represents better. Let's see if I need to take the thing off of this one. You can tell by the bottle, this one is like not blended very well. This for a dark red, or this for a dark. I think Aged Mahogany wins it. Okay, what does that look like in comparison to the brown? Yeah, that works. That works. Okay, let me do another one. Okay, Aged Mahogany. Okay, that works. Okay, so these two can go over here. Now, oranges. Yeah, this is more orange. Okay, I'm moving this box over here for the moment. Okay, so for oranges, we have really light dried marigold, carved pumpkin, abandoned coral, rusty hinge, and crackling campfire are all of our oranges. So light orange would probably be dried marigold, but I have the dauber, not the pour cap. So I'm going to use carved pumpkin for the light orange, even though it's technically not light, it's more like a medium orange. And I'm sure there's more better names for these, like I don't know, you know, like trained artists would use. And I'm not a trained artist, I'm just a lay artist. I'm a self-taught artist, so I don't know all the fancy names for the colors. But I do like the names that they call the distress line, like this is carved pumpkin, and it looks like a pumpkin color. Okay, so this is right here. Take this off, and another drop. And here. Okay, so that takes care of these, and I need a dark orange. Let's see, rusty orange and crackling. Crackling campfire is a very bright color. I like using that color a lot on like tags and stuff. Okay. Crackling campfire. That is definitely a dark orange. Okay, excellent. Okay, dark orange and dark orange. You know what? I'm going to put this in the middle. Okay, so that takes care of the oranges for the moment. I don't know what I would use for the coral. I probably would use... Anyway, I don't know. I'll think about that later. Okay, and we have... Let's see, Tim only used one yellow, but we do have like a dark yellow and a light yellow. But I need to make up for the extra brown I did. So I need to take off something from my list. So I'm just going to say mustard seed is going to be my yellow. Let's see, I'm going to move this so you can maybe see better, a little bit better. Okay. So I need 2 drops of mustard seed. Okay. 1 yellow. And 2 yellow. Ooh, almost messed that one up. Okay. Now I can put the yellows in my box over here. Those are finished. Let's see, what's next? Let's see, we have purples sitting right here. Might as well do purples. So we have, where is my, I guess they don't have that really light color purple. What is that called? There was something lavender, I think. Fill in this potion, I have 4. Wilted violet. Yeah, there was another one that was really, really light. That's in the ink. But, let's see. Guess it's not represented in the paints. That's okay. Guess my lightest color of purple is the Dusty Concord. Okay, we have 1. Oops, that was accidentally 2 drops. Okay. Okay, purple, light purple, light purple. Whoops, I forgot to take the thing off of that. Hopefully it won't matter. I'll just, no, I don't want it to dry like that. It might dry funky. Now the dark purple is going to be your Villainous Potion. Oh yeah, this is really thick. I don't know why Villainous Potion, when it gets old, it gets like really thick, or at least mine does. See, look, it's like coming out as a, it's not even a dot. It's like a blob. Okay, I don't know how to, I might have to use a different color. Let's see. Let's see what this looks like. I don't think this is going to translate well. Let's just see what it looks like. No, that's not going to work. Okay, so my dark purple is going to be, what is my dark purple going to be? The only thing I have is Wilted Violet, but I don't think it's a dark purple, is it? It might be dark compared to the Dusty Concord though. So funny how that dries so thick though. That's the only one that does that, or at least in my experience. I don't know. Okay, as I say that, this one's coming out really thick too. Okay, it's better than the other one though. Maybe it's something in the purples. I don't know. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. Yeah, that looks darker than the Dusty Concord. That'll pass for a dark purple. Works for me. Now I need to get more blending brushes. So if you get these from Ranger, you'll need to buy 4 packs. Okay, and this is the other purple. Groovy. All right, so now I can put the purples over here. Sorry, this is taking me a while. Okay, there we go. Now, what next? Okay, let's do the pinks. So we have light pink, which I'm going to try to do Spun Sugar as the light pink. Okay, 1 drop, 2 drops. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera. This is probably, you get the point of what I'm doing at this point, so this is probably kind of boring to watch me do the rest, but maybe I'll just do the rest and edit out a lot. Okay, all right, so we have a lot more pinks, but my dark pink I think I'm going to use is Picked Raspberry. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, dark pink and dark pink. Whoops, I did it again. Why do I keep forgetting to take these things off? Okay, so now we have our pinks taken care of. All right, and next I'm going to do the greens because there is a ton of greens and I'm not sure. Let's see, we have Peeled Paint, Twisted Citron, Bundled Sage, Mowed Lawn, Lucky Clover, which is like a more of a blue-green. Pine Needles is more of a blue-green. Let's see, I'm going to put these together. And Rustic Wilderness is absolutely a dark green. Crushed Olive is a green all in of itself. And Forest Moss is a dark green. Let's see, which is the best way to do this? I'm going to do, because Twisted Citron is quite different than the rest of these. These are more, that's more of a yellow green. Well, I know I need a medium green, so I'm going to use Mowed Lawn. Wait, let me see if there's a, okay, it's been opened. I'm just going to like put a couple of dots down. This is where you can learn from me of which one you want to use without wasting your paint. Okay, so we have mowed lawn. We have, let's see, rustic wilderness. Okay, what do we say? That one was mowed lawn. This is rustic wilderness, which might be a good dark green. Dark green, dark green. This is a blue green. That is a blue green. I wonder. Yeah, let me do it that way. I'm just going to do 2 mowed lawns and 2, what was the other one? Rustic wilderness. So that's a good representation of a light green and a dark green. Okay, light green. I remembered to take it off. Okay, light green and one dark green and 2 dark green. Okay, we're cooking with gas now. We've got, I think I'm just going to do 2 greens because I think I could probably do like a blue green and a light, like a lime green, but I think I'm going to skip that. I'm just going to use it to 2 greens. Use it. You know what I mean. I didn't say that very well. Okay, especially that crushed olive. That's a weird green. I mean, in terms of fitting, fitting into things. All right, somehow my video turned off again, and I wanted to show you what I did at the end. I told you I was not going to waste this paint. And so I actually wet some tags and swiped it. And so I got some kind of pretty cool beginnings of tags, some tag backgrounds. So I got that one. I got this one. This was the first one that came out. Pretty blues and greens there. And then this one. So I've got some good tag backgrounds out of it. And I think I'm going to even keep this piece, let this dry, and use that for something. I'm not sure what yet, but I'll figure it out. So thank you for watching. And again, this was the end of our experiment. Well, not experiment, but kind of trying to reproduce the TIm Holtz tiny blending tools the way that he organizes that now and uses it. So one set is for Distress Oxide, and the other set is for inks, just your regular Distress inks. All right, so again, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you the next time. All right, bye.